Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. I told you I was going to actually come in here and tell you guys the story of when I got my wisdom teeth pulled. Hot mess. Hot mess. It was funny because I think today, I too think is like the worst pain ever. It really, really is. Um, and I was running around. I was in early 20s, my early 20s. And I end up having my wisdom teeth. If you don't know, your wisdom teeth are the four all the way in the back, two on the bottom, two on the top. Um, and they serve basically no purpose. And when they decide to break through the gum, your gums, it is just excruciating. It is not fun. It's not a fun time at all. And literally, most of the time when you get them removed, you are in more pain having them and dealing with them than you are in, the surgery to remove them. So with mine, they decided to remove all four at one time. Um, Everything started off really, really well. My mom had to come in with me and all of that stuff. And, it was supposed to be routine. They told her we'd be 30 minutes. 30 to 45 minutes. And I was going to be in twilight. I wasn't going to be completely asleep. I would be in twilight. Well, I found out during this situation, I don't numb very easily. I just don't. I don't numb very easily. Yeah. So the whole twilight thing, it worked for about 20 minutes. And then after that, I kind of could feel just about everything that was going on. Now, and I was pretty much because you probably, when you're in twilight, you're like really kind of out of it. No, I was laying there, child, and once they got in there, they figured out that not only were mines what they would call impacted, they were turned on their side. The ones on the bottom were turned on their sides. So instead of, because most of the time they come in kind of on an angle, they were literally going sideways up against the other teeth. That's why I was actually having so much pain. But they had to literally remove a little slice of bone to actually get it. It was a mess. But all I know is after about 2.5 hours, my mom, actually, I could hear her. She come in and she's like, what the hell's going on? I need to know what's going on. And that kind of thing, because we were supposed to be done in like 45 minutes. So it just really ended up to be a whole big mess. And you would think that going through that thing that I would be afraid of dentists, but I'm not. I'm recording. That's fine. I'm getting vitals done too. Yeah, so I didn't get I never got a fear of dentists or anything like that. I continued on. Now, even after I got the wisdom teeth pulled, it wasn't that easy. I have to shut up, huh?
Can I just take a quick temp?
Yep.
Thank you, dear. Okay, continue.
All right. So I've never got to where I was afraid of the dentist. That was not a thing at all. I continued on doing what I need. Well, what the heck kind of numbers are those?
Better go down.
Yeah. So everything was fine. I went home and I found out later instead I was supposed to have an antibiotic and I was supposed to have a pain pill. I actually had 2 pain pills. And my grandmother kind of noticed because she said, why is this child sleeping like this? Because I'm not a sleeper like that. And we figured it out. My aunt had come by and figured out, she's like, that's 2 pain pills. There's no antibiotic there. So it got to be a whole big mess. I was literally off of work for about 2.5 months. And I was a hairdresser. Thank you. I was a hairdresser, so we know what kind of money that I didn't make in that time. So it was really kind of a horrible little situation, but I walked away from it and I was never afraid of the dentist. Then I found out later on, when I went to have a filling done years later, when they go to do the little, the little shot to numb you. Again, I don't numb very well or very easy. So when I go get Novocaine for anything dental, it makes my ears ring. So it's just me and the dentist is always some type of issue, but yeah, but I'm not afraid of the dentist. I pretty much know it's going to be a struggle going in, and it just kind of is what it is. But yeah, that wisdom teeth thing, and then plenty of people say, "Oh, I ate pizza the day that I got my wisdom teeth pulled." Not me. It didn't happen. I lost weight, and it was a mess. It was a mess. Um, Really a mess. I remember leaving the hospital and going to the bank. I wanted to go to the bank and get some money for whatever, but I wanted to get this money out of the bank. And I remember standing in the line, and they pack your jaw or whatever with gauze. And I remember standing in the line and then blood just gushing from my mouth and being so embarrassed, because it had actually the gauze had filled up that quickly just from the time of going to the hospital to be standing in line at the bank. And my mom was all upset because she was already pissed off. She's like, the hell. It was a mess. It was a mess. But again, you would think that I'd be afraid of the dentist, but I'm not. It is what it is. And me and Novocaine don't get along. And that whole little Twilight thing, I pretty much always kind of know what's going on. And I'm like just sitting there looking. And they'll say, "You couldn't possibly remember." I'm like, "No, honey, I remember it all." Even when I got my PICC line put in, they do Twilight as opposed to knocking you completely out. And I remember the whole procedure of them um, putting line through my vein. I feel, it's not you feel like the pain, because the pain is kind of numbed out, but I could feel it moving and yeah, it was interesting. And they're like, "You shouldn't even remember." Hey, it is what it is. This old raggedy body works for some things and not for others. You think if it was that tough, I wouldn't have cancer, right? Whatever. But yeah, so that's basically it. Nothing real big. But I was talking about it in my fear tag video, and I said I would tell you guys a story about me getting the damn wisdom teeth pulled. And that's what happened. I got the wisdom teeth pulled. It was a whole goddamn mess. I lost weight, was the only silver lining in the cloud. Um, I was pretty sharp a little bit after that, but that wasn't the way that I chose to lose weight. But I did lose weight, and I did look fabulous for a while, quite a while. It was really hell across the land. Um, After that, because I just continued on, doing what I needed to do, dancing and everything. And I was pretty much around the time that I was the smallest that I've ever actually been. Yeah, I was like one, somewhere in between 170 and 180. It was, it was problems. Problems. Yes, God, honey. But anyway, that's another video for another time that I might not even decide to share. Child, when I was, yeah, bye. I'm gonna leave that alone. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You guys know how that works. Nonstop November. This is video number 10. So I am caught up on my Nonstop November videos. And again, like I said, I was transitioning out of being home and being here and whatever. I'm not making an excuse. I fell behind. I'm caught back up. Let's get it. We still got, 2/3 of the month to go. So I'll try to stay up on all of this. And no, I'm having a good time. I'm actually having a good time with Nonstop November. I haven't run out of things to talk about. I got all kind of crap to talk about. So, all right, guys. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.